Okay, then I'll give a company overview of Alzecure and with regard to vision and updates around some of our projects. So just a short background to Alzecure Pharma. Alzecure Pharma, as a commercial company, was founded in 2016 out of a research foundation, which was founded in 2012, sponsored by the Alzheimer's Fund in Sweden and with close collaboration with Karolinska Institute. And we are a very experienced team with extensive background in the pharma industry, from drug discovery into development and commercialization. We are based here in Stockholm at Karolinska Institute out in Huddinge. And the areas we are focusing on as a company is Alzheimer's disease and pain. And these are, as we know, areas of great unmet medical need. The research we do and the development we do around 3 different platforms. We do it around the platform NeuroRestore, which is a novel first-in-class symptomatic treatment for cognitive disorders with a focus on Alzheimer's disease. Then we have Alzstatin, which is an innovative disease-modifying therapy for Alzheimer's disease. And our third platform is Painless, where we have projects in the pain area. As a company, we are public. We are listed at Nasdaq, First North Premier Growth Market here in Stockholm since 2018. Currently, we have a market cap of around 330 and a cash position of around 78, as reported very recently. As a company, our business model is truly that we are a research and development company. We focus on taking our projects through clinical phase to out-license them and then to gain income through upfront payments, milestone payments, and royalties. The projects that we are doing are always small molecules, and this is a well thought through strategy of us, and this is to increase the likelihood of success of the projects we are doing. And small molecules is, as the word says, extremely small, and this can be compared to, for instance, larger biologics like antibodies, which are way bigger. And why is it then interesting with the small molecules? Because small molecules have a higher likelihood of penetrating the blood-brain barrier where most of our targets are. And there are also other advantages with small molecules with regard to lower production cost, easier for the patients with regard to oral treatments, etc. The pipeline of projects we are currently having 6 projects which are organized into the 3 different platforms: NeuroRestore, cognitive disorder, Alzstatin, preventing Alzheimer's disease, and then Painless. And we have 2 projects in clinical phase. We have NeuroRestore ACD856, which we will discuss today, which we have in phase 1. And then we also have a project in Painless, ACD440 for neuropathic pain, which we had a positive readout, a 1B study, and we are now heading and preparing to file for a phase 2 study, and very much looking forward to become a phase 2 company. So we are really, really progressing. As a company, our primary focus is truly Alzheimer's disease. And as we know, it's devastating for the patients and it's an extreme high cost burden on society, costing more than oncology and cardiovascular diseases. And when it comes to the patient population is expected to triple in the coming 30 years. Today, the cost for Alzheimer's disease globally is around 1 trillion. So in about 30 years, it will be 3, and it will be a very, very high burden on society and the humans living with it, as well as their spouses. And today, there are around 50 million patients suffering from dementia, and expecting to become around 150. And about 60 to 70% of these are suffering from Alzheimer's disease, which is the most common form of dementia. When we are looking at Alzheimer's disease, it's truly a progressive and lethal disease. And you can divide it up to two different phases. We have the first phase, which is pre-symptomatic Alzheimer's, where the disease is thought to build up during a time period of 10 to 20 years. And the thought is that in the brain, toxic amyloid beta fragments is building up and is really damaging the brain, the neurons and brain structure. And today there are no therapies to prevent this development. Then we have the symptomatic Alzheimer's. And that's a time period of around 7 to 10 years. And then the brain has been so damaged, so the patient is beginning to have symptoms. Problems finding words, speech problems, memory loss, etc. And today there are some treatments, but these treatments aren't very effective and also have several side effects problems. So also here we see a huge medical need. So a huge medical need in both these areas. So as a company, how are we at Alzecure attacking this? We are doing it with two different platforms. We are having a disease-modifying treatment as alstatin, which is targeting the amyloid production. We want to stop the amyloid production as much as we can, so we can see to it that the disease isn't evolving and destroying the brain. And then we have a symptomatic treatment, NeuroRestore, which we will talk about today, which is improving the neural function. And both of these projects are small molecule, as we talked about, and here to develop oral medication which the patient can use. Then we also have a very promising platform within painless. Also here we have great unmet medical needs. Within the area of neuropathic pain, which is the biggest area within pain disorders, we have a project, ACD440, which is now heading into phase 2, where there today is around 25 to 30 million patients. And about 70% of these patients aren't experiencing adequate pain relief. So a huge unmet medical need there. And then our second project is TrkA NAM, where we are focusing on osteoarthritis and other severe pain condition. And only in osteoarthritis, there are today more than 300 million patients. And this patient population is truly growing with regard to the aging population, overweight problems, etc. And here, many of the patients over time are getting opioids, and we know that we need better medication there. And we are truly fascinated by the project we are having there with TrkA NAM. And then, why is Alzecure an interesting company? We are truly targeting areas of huge unmet medical need. We have a strong team with extensive experience and track record. We are having platforms with first-in-class properties and potential game changers. We're also doing parallel investments and have potent follow-up programs. We are heading for markets with multi-billion-dollar market opportunities. And as a company, we are now also moving into phase 2, showing and how we can find targets, developing molecules, and then to develop them further. So with that, I would like to thank you and hand over to the next speaker. Thank you.